What's good, guys? Mitch back with another video. I hope you like that little montage to pique your attention into this video today. Today we are going to go over the top 5 posterior chain exercises for women. Now men can do these too, but specifically for women to shape, tone, and build muscle through their posterior chain. Now, this is from a personal trainer. These are my top 5 personal trainer. This isn't an Instagram model. This isn't somebody just who has barely trained in their life showing you simple activation exercises or simple exercises to give you a crazy body that they were born with or that they've done a bunch of other things to do. This is what's actually going to get you results, get you that shapely bottom, nice firm toned hamstrings, and a nice strong core, okay? So follow along. Here are my top 5 exercises for a strong, sexy, toned, muscular posterior chain. Let's go. All right, yes, number 1 is a heavy back squat. We need that weight to push you down to get those tears in the glutes and hamstrings, okay? So light is good, heavier is better, okay? Heavy back squat, why? We work our whole posterior chain in this movement, from our glutes, hamstrings, even our quads, pushing out of the bottom, but also our lower back and core come into play huge in the lower back squat, especially when we load it heavy. Core has to work a lot more. That's going to build a strong foundation for a strong lower back, glutes, and hamstrings. Ideally, we want to squat as deep as possible. So I've already stated that. As heavy as possible for as deep as possible. Rep range should be somewhere 8 to 12 reps, as heavy as you can go, okay? We want to build tone all in one, 8 to 12 reps, okay? So when we're going down, we're bracing the core, get those hips back, push the hips and glutes back first, engage them on the way down, so they should be the first thing to be engaged. We don't want to be driving our knees out first to engage the knees and quads first. Hips are set back, we're squatting down as far as we can without that rounded spine, okay? So as far as we can, load, stretch as much as you can, and enjoy the results. Number 2 is a stiff leg deadlift. So common misconception between a Romanian deadlift, Romanian, bend in the knees, slight bend in the knees, stiff leg, knees push back, back stays flat. We're just stretching glutes and hamstrings. Stretch. Okay? So you don't feel that moderate tearing your hamstrings apart. You're doing something wrong. Sets of 8 to 12 again. I like to go as heavy as I can for sets of 8, so I'm failing by 8. Remember, guys, one more thing: it's the stretch down that's going to create those tears in your hamstrings. So lower down under control, squeeze the glutes back up. Here we go. All right, number 3, we've got volume lunges. So we just want to do a shit ton of lunges. You can make them as heavy as you can to get as many done as you can, but just make sure that we're getting that back knee down. We're getting a good stretch of this glute. So with the lunges, I like to change up the rep ranges all the time based on the weight that I want to use that day. So today I've got 2 35-pound dumbbells and I'm planning on doing 100 steps with each leg, so 200 steps of walking lunges. And this can also be done with a barbell on the back, front rack, any way you want, kettlebells. Just get yourself some weights, get to a rep range to exhaust your legs. Pro tip for the lunges: make sure you widen your stride to get more glutes and hamstrings involved. If you go narrow, we're gonna drive through a lot of quad. We can get nice and wide. We're gonna use that glute, give it a good stretch, and then drive out with it. All in all, guys, you just gotta do a ton of lunges, okay? Get on those lunges. Step back, step forward, step side, whatever you gotta do. Lunge. 4, guys, is a step up. We wanna get a box that's about 18 to 20 inches or somewhere that you can have a 90-degree shin angle. Need a shin angle. And as you just saw, be careful when you're stepping off the box. So we want a good stretch coming up to the box, so that's where we're going to get the stretch of the glute and hamstring, and then full lock out at the top, squeeze that glute. All right, be safe. And always get right back on the horse. Ankle roll. Oh. Feels okay. Got lucky. Come to our fifth and final exercise for the booty gains, and it is a glute bridge, okay? Some people call these hip thrusters as well. I call a hip thruster off the floor. I call a glute bridge, where we create a bridge from 2 points of contact, one being my heels, the other being this box, okay? So we want a box that's going to be about scap height, okay? So whenever I'm sitting square to it, it's somewhere where I can get up onto, that would be it. But the higher the box, the greater range of motion you're gonna have to stretch your glutes down, and that's where we're gonna make the gains here. So I also have this Princess pad. The only time I ever use it in the gym, the only thing they're good for, the only thing that they're meant for is for this, okay? So if your hip bones are gonna stick out here, we wanna put this here to create a nice soft cushion so that the bar isn't resting directly on your hip flexors and annoying the hell out of them. Okay, so heels in, we're gonna prop ourselves up, make sure your box is against something secure like the squat cage behind me. This is the loaded bottom position. We wanna get up to a straight line. So we wanna create that 180-degree angle with our glutes to our knees. And this is high volume, this is 12 to 15 reps, as heavy as you can go for it.